it seems to take a whole lot to get a law passed these days. So I guess I was sitting around imagining that if I were a member of Congress, what laws would I like to pass? And so I came up with, kind of went online, did some research, and kind of decided that there's some laws that I think I'd like to pass, someday when I get into Congress. So my staff came up with these for you to read, and then I'll read these. And instead of the top 10, I decided to do the top 11 just to be different. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're discussing laws that we'd like to see. I would like to see enacted. So see if you will agree with some of these.
I feel itchy outside today.
Keep
scratching.
It's a lot of pollen out today. All right, so I think I gave you 6, and I'll take 5. So why don't you go first? You read your first one, and then I'll read mine.
This one is the No More Tabs / Apps Act. After you open 10 tabs or 10 apps on your computer or phone will say, "Why is this necessary?"
Well, that's true. I mean, because
yeah.
I mean,
you shouldn't have like 10 things in the background of your phone. Like if I use the app, I slide it out. Like I'm done. I close it out.
I know, but we're old. But other people that are younger than us, and I won't name anybody else's names, but I was on somebody else's computer that's much younger.
That lives in our house, actually.
That's a younger person that's related to us. And I think they had about 974 tabs open on their computer.
Yeah.
So how do your computer's never going to run
sometimes
quick.
I might have 3 or 4 tabs open on my computer.
Right.
But I never leave my apps running on my phone.
Us old people, we always close them out. Yeah. All right, here's mine. First one is we're going to have the Password Sanity Act. And that is when you log in, they're not allowed to make you pick a password with, one uppercase, one lowercase, 2 numbers, an ancient symbol, an emoji. You don't have to have that in your password anymore.
Emoji. I've never had to use an emoji.
Well, I made that part up. But, it's ridiculous now. You can never remember your password because you have to come up with some ridiculously long thing with all these different symbols and different things like that. Why can't we just go back to the old way of doing passwords?
What was the old way of doing passwords?
You just had like a word, and it was
we got hackers. They'll figure that out. That's why.
But the uppercase, lowercase, number, symbol, it's just too much. It's too much for us old people to have to deal with.
Okay.
So, all right, go ahead. You go for the next one.
All right. This one is it's scratching out. Something itching me out here. Okay, the Autocorrect Act. If your phone autocorrects a word in your text that embarrasses you, it must send an automatic apology text.
Yeah, so like, have you ever done that where you've sent a text and there was something that it autocorrected and you sent it without noticing it and it was really embarrassing? And you probably never do because you're perfect.
I was going to say no. I always proofread mine before
you send like essays. When you send there's no such thing as a quick yes, no text at all with her. She's like an essayist when she comes.
I would never just say yes. I mean, I have to say yes, sure, that sounds good, or like
and then write a paragraph after that explaining why you said yes, and then the second paragraph is explaining why you wouldn't say no. So anyway,
I'm very thorough.
But if those of you that send
I like to be detailed.
Well, we should.
But I do proofread, so I don't really ever get. I don't really ever have autocorrect.
I have some autocorrect, and they, sometimes it can be embarrassing. So, all right, I've got one. The Left Lane Act.
Oh gosh.
If you're driving in the left lane, on a road, interstate, whatever, 4-lane or interstate, and you're driving slower than people in the right lane, then you should have to lose your driver's license for at least a year. At least a year. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we were behind somebody this morning. I mean, you remember? I mean,
yeah.
They were going like 12 miles an hour, They were on their
I think we
phone.
have a law against that
It is.
now,
I mean,
don't
there
we?
is a law, but I don't think you lose your license. I
No,
would
I think you get a
enact.
ticket.
Yeah, I would enact losing your license for at least a
It is
year
very annoying. I'll say that.
because I mean, the guy this
The
morning
guy, he had his phone. He had
he was
his, and then you
scrolling
could
his phone,
see. I could see through the back window that he had his phone up and he was scrolling.
going 12 miles an hour in the
Yeah,
left lane.
that is
It was
very annoying.
ridiculous in rush hour. Okay, all right, what you got on
I'll
that
give
one?
you that one. Okay, this is the Charger Protection Act. If you borrow someone's charger, you must return it by sundown or face a death penalty. I just order a bunch of chargers off Amazon. So we always just have extras
Yeah,
because
but
they're
people
cheap now.
still, there are people that still come in and steal your charger, and then you go to bed at night and you want to plug your phone in, and you can never find it because
Yeah.
somebody has taken your
Usually
charger.
they'll say, "Where's my charger?" And then I'll say, "If you can't find it, I have an extra because I buy them now for cheap." So,
Well,
but that is very super
it's very
annoying.
annoying. Very annoying.
Yeah.
All right, next one I've got is the Leftovers Removal Act.
Oh,
Leftovers left in your
yeah.
refrigerator for more than 3 days
Yeah.
must be disposed of by the person
That's
responsible
the issue.
or
Not
face,
naming names,
yeah,
but it's usually
yeah,
people we're related to that
yeah.
don't
Or,
actually
and if
clean
they
out the
don't do it,
refrigerator.
they have to be banished from the home.
That's not going to happen, but
I mean,
yeah.
when you crawl into the back of the refrigerator and you find something that's been there for, 6, 8 months,
Or they should just pay a fine.
growing stuff,
Yeah.
no, I think banishment.
Or just buy us a meal to make up for the one they left in there that corroded our refrigerator
Well,
and made it stink.
the Leftover
Yeah.
Removal Act, I think we
Yeah.
should enact that immediately. We don't need to wait any
That
longer.
one is an issue.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You got a couple more.
All right. Mine is the Alarm Snooze Act. After you hit the snooze twice, the alarm escalates to being a stranger yelling at you to get up.
Well, this is more for me probably than
Yes,
you.
I get up on time. I don't
Well,
even.
you get up at like
Yeah,
4 o'clock in the morning every day. I don't even hear your
four
alarm going off.
forty-five.
I never hear your alarm going off because
It's not even very loud because it doesn't take much to wake me up.
yeah, it could be like a whisper alarm, like you would
But
never hear it.
I hit the alarm and then I get up
Only like
because I
other
don't want to be
animals out in the
oversleep.
yard would be able to hear that noise. Like it's so
Yeah.
quiet. But for
This
me,
this one
you hit the
hits the
alarm, you
snooze
hit
like
it
10
again, you hit it
times,
again. So we probably should enact
and then he gets
somebody.
in the shower and it's going off, and you didn't even turn it off. I have
Well,
to go
sometimes
back
you
in the
forget,
bedroom. I'll be
So,
sitting on the couch and it goes rah, rah.
but if somebody was
I was
was
like, ugh,
coming out of the alarm and yelling at you to get up out of the bed,
like
then
I do.
maybe, well, maybe
Get
that's already
up,
been
get up,
enacted.
you're gonna be late.
That law has already been enacted in our home.
Yes.
All right. I've got the drive-through act. If you drive up to the speaker at a drive-through,
No.
if you drive up and you
Let's see
start
what
your
that's.
sentence with uh, then
Oh,
immediately you have to go back to the end of the
I
line.
thought you were gonna say if you started with a yes,
No,
I'll.
not yes. I mean,
Cause I
well,
say
that too.
yes, I'll
But if
take.
you go to a drive-through, and most people when you go to a drive-through, you already know the things that they sell at the drive. I mean,
True.
McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger. I mean, they all have the same thing.
Right.
I mean, for years they have. And so if you go up and you're sitting behind somebody and they look at the menu at the speaker and they start like then they should never be able to sit there. They should have to go all the way back to the end of the line and wait for those of us that are in a hurry trying to get through to the drive-through.
For the ones that are prepared, and
Prepared, yeah.
we have pre-preparation, whatever the word is.
We've pre-prepared.
Pre-prepared. Prepare means
That's
to.
not a word either.
No, it's not.
But
Because prepare means ahead. Pre
yeah,
means before. So you can't pre. But we know what we want before we get up there.
yes,
So
and
we're ready to
most normal
order.
people do. You don't go to a drive-through and sit there and
Unless it's a brand new restaurant. You've never been there before.
well,
But
but still,
most
most
people should
people have
know.
already gone on and they know what they're going to get. So
Yeah.
anyway, that law we need that
Okay.
now. All right.
Mine, the next one is if you have more than 10 items in the 10 items or less lane at the grocery store, you must bring in all of the outside grocery carts.
That is such a pet peeve when you go and it says 10 items or
They
less.
shouldn't let the people do it then.
But so is there like a grocery manager, deputy sheriff
I
that's
don't know. They
standing
should
there
say,
saying,
you
"Hey,
have,
you've got 12 items"?
yeah,
But there should be somebody, and I'll volunteer. I'll be the person who
somebody
enforces
needs
the
to
rules.
regulate that, because
Somebody
if
needs
you're
to
going to
enforce it.
have that sign that
Yeah,
says 10 items or less,
enforce
it
the
needs to
rule.
be enforced.
Yes, because people that go up there and they have 12, 13,
So,
some have
oh, come
30
on.
items, and they're going through the 10
Yeah, say,
item.
oh, come on, we'll get you. But then you're
No,
setting them up to think
it's
that
it's
that they
very
can do it
annoying.
whenever they want.
And so to punish you for that, you have to go out and get all the carts and bring them in.
That would be bad.
And that I will stand there and enforce that at the grocery store.
That is annoying.
All right, I've got one more and you got one more.
Mm-hmm.
So my last one is the never-ending photo act. After the photo has been taken 3 times, live
Oh,
with it.
gosh. Yeah.
You so again, for those of us that have to sit and wait for the perfect photo. In other words, somebody that's taking a photo of a group or whatever, and then they got to take
Yeah.
it and then take it again and then take it again and again and again and again. No,
Oh,
three times is the
back
limit.
in the olden days when we were,
Yeah,
I mean, you
you
couldn't look
snapped a
at it,
photo and then you mailed it or you sent
and you
it to
just
the
got what you
store at
got.
at
I
the
mean,
drugstore
if
and
it
you
didn't look
waited.
good, you
Yeah,
didn't know if it looked good or not till you had it
till you got it
printed
back.
and you lived with it.
That's what these phones they've
Yeah. How about
created a monster.
the phone just closes the camera app?
Yeah, after
You
three
get three
times, it's
times the
it,
app
and
closes
you just have to
and it
live with
shuts
it.
down for a
You
while.
can't do it anymore.
Maybe that might work too. That is, yeah.
It's tiresome. All right, and you got the last one.
Okay, the last one is the Home Delivery Accuracy Act.
I know you'll like this one.
All home delivery packages must be on time and correct, or the company must pay emotional damages. Yes, I get emotional. That's something I just this week
Yeah.
I had
So
this
if they
one.
tell you it's going to be there by 8 o'clock, and then they
By
send
that
you a
day,
message and
and
they
then they
say,
say
"Oh,
it's
it's
delayed.
delayed," or "We can't find it," or "We put it in the wrong, we took it to the wrong address," they have to pay damages for that, right?
Yeah,
They
because
should.
because it upsets me
Actually, the
when I
emotional
need it
damages.
by that day, and then it says, "Oh, well, it's going to be delayed. We'll update you when it gets here." Well, no, I needed it by a certain time.
But I think the emotional damage
Then I have
is
to order
on.
another one to replace the one that may not
Well, and you
come,
did that
and
just
I did
recently.
that.
But the emotional damage should be
Yeah,
paid to the husband because we're the ones that have to listen to another person in the home talk about this at
yeah.
length.
Where's
And
my package? It said it was
yeah,
coming today.
so,
I needed that.
so anyway, so if at some point in the near future I become a member of Congress, then these are probably the top 11 laws that I'm gonna
We'll see.
put up there for a vote. And I
Yeah,
mean, who would vote against these things? Who would vote
I
against it?
don't think
I don't know.
anybody would. I don't think anybody would.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. And until the next video, hope you have a great day.
Bye.